Hi guys, it's Kiyako here, and I'm back with another speed build. This is a speed build of a Studio Ghibli inspired apartment. I feel like I need to explain this a little bit. So, it's not necessarily an apartment that looks like it would be in a Studio Ghibli film, nor is it the apartment of like a fan of the films. It's kind of an aesthetic, I would say, like an inspired aesthetic. So it's just a mix of, I don't know, colors and textures and things that kind of reminded me of the films, or of the general atmosphere or vibe I get when I watch some of them. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my interpretation, but this is just kind of, I don't know, I was just kind of going with something in my head, and I'm actually pretty proud of how this turned out. I don't know, I was experimenting a lot with the interior design here, and I'm really happy with how it ended up looking. So I hope you guys like it too. Let me know what your favorite Studio Ghibli film is. Let me know if this, connected to you in any particular way having to do with those movies. And if you haven't seen any of the movies, I highly suggest that you go and find one and watch it. I feel like there's some on Netflix. Most of them are on HBO Max, I believe. So see them if you can. They're great movies. My personal favorite is Spirited Away. I know it's probably kind of a cliche for that to be a favorite of mine, but it's like, I don't know, I just really like that one. I've seen it a million times. But anyways, here I am just decorating the apartment. I love those floor tiles, like with the blue flowers. Like, oh my god, they're so beautiful. They're just stunning. I would love, like, honestly, this apartment is kind of like my dream apartment, low-key. Like, I would love to live in something like this. It's so pretty and soft and just has this kind of aesthetic. And I just want those tiles, to be honest. Anyways, here I am putting in I put in the stove, and then I put a little sink area over here. I kind of wanted to blend some old school ideas with some new school ideas, if that makes any sense. Like, I have like that modern fridge. I mean, it's a Smeg fridge, so I guess it's kind of like a vintagey fridge, but it strikes me as a little bit more modern. But I like the sink being separate from the rest of the kitchen. It just, I don't know, it had an interesting vibe to it, and I don't know, kind of struck me as working. But yeah, I put in a rug, and then I put in a dining table thing over here. I love matching wood grain. It matches the kitchen counters so perfectly, and I'm really happy with it. But yeah, it's kind of hard for me to talk over this and then explain what was going on in my head at the time, because I can't necessarily say word for word how in my head this reminded me of a Studio Ghibli film. I guess really it's just in the vibe? I don't know. It's like the colors, like the pastel-y things with like some bright pops, and then some like classic traditional interior design mixed with like modern things and quirky things. I don't know, I really can't explain it. It's just, this is more of like a very abstract conceptual idea that was in my head that I just kind of rolled with, if that makes sense. So let me know if you feel it, and if you don't feel it, that is fine too. I mean, if it doesn't look like a Studio Ghibli apartment to you, at least let me know what you think of the interior design, just as it is. But here I am just setting up the living room. I love this couch. This is a new couch that I got, like a custom content couch I recently downloaded, and that will be on my Tumblr, as is most of this custom content, if you want to download any of it for your own game, which I highly suggest, because these creators, they're so amazing and talented, and I just really admire the work they put into this game. It makes playing this game so much more fun, so definitely check out some custom content. Here I'm just putting in pillows, just adjusting my living room. I ended up changing out those two chairs. They were just a little bit big for me on the side. It just seemed a little bit, I don't know, in the way. But I put a little TV there. Again, this is like low-key, like my dream apartment. Man, I'd love to, oh my god, yeah, I would love to live here. But here I'm just, recoloring the console, and I switch out those two chairs here. I like these chairs a lot better. They were smaller, and I feel like they went with the space better. So here I'm just putting in a dining table. I really like that dining table. It's actually from one of the Sims packs. I'm not sure which one. But I put some books in there. I'm just looking for decorations. Put a gaming console there. Because at this point in the build, I was kind of like, ooh, if I lived here, I would want a gaming console. So I put that console there. And then I put a little chessboard here. I'm just messing around with figuring out how to put one of these chessboard tables on a different table because I didn't really like any of the tables of the chessboards that the game provided. So I ended up going with this kind of configuration where I had the chessboard like shrunken down and then raised above a table. So it looked kind of like the chessboard was on top of the table, if that makes sense. You can see there, it floats slightly. It's like slightly off the table, but I think it works, it's fine. Yeah. I don't actually know how to play chess, but I just finished watching Queen's Gambit, so I feel like I can play chess, even though I definitely cannot. But yeah, so I put a chessboard in there, and then I end up putting those orange curtains above there too. I believe those curtains are from the Cats and Dogs pack. I use those curtains a lot. I just really like the shade of orange, I think. And yeah, they're nice. And then over here I put in a shelf, a blue shelf, I believe, yeah. And then here I am just gonna decorate it. No, a green shelf. No, a white shelf, okay. A white shelf. And then here I am just decorating it, just putting in, you know, some books, some knickknacks, things that you'd probably find in my apartment if this were my apartment, and things that, I don't know, struck me in some way or the other as kind of Studio Ghibli, I guess. Again, this is very abstract. It's much about the textures and the colors and the overall vibe of the place, more than like, it's not really like specific references to the films. It's more just abstract ideas I have. I don't know. My brain is so weird. Anyways, putting in a shelf above this little animal feeding corner with the bowls. I use this one with a little light on the side. That's also a new piece of custom content. I really like how it looks. So like the little light hanging off it is cute. And I figured it could be above the animals eating place so that there's like a light shining there so the cats or the dogs can see easier. I don't know. That was my thought process. And here I am just putting in some artwork. I end up putting in that Wes Anderson poster from Grand Budapest Hotel. I love that film. I mean, honestly, this apartment could also pass as a Wes Anderson apartment, I think, with all the pastels. Maybe I should call this a Wes Anderson. No, it's, okay, this is a Studio Ghibli Wes Anderson apartment. Oh man, this is all over the place. I hope you guys like this. Let me know if you like abstract concepts like this, or if you prefer what I do, more straightforward things that actually make sense. But here I am just still decorating the shelf, putting in things that go with my color palette. Some pastels, some gold, some light browns, just, you know, sticking with my color palette as I always do. And then over here I put in a little clock on the wall. And then in this corner, oh man, I put a, what did I do? No, I changed this corner into a little like art corner. You'll see. I put in an easel there. I put in that easel, and then I put in some like canvases and stuff. In a second, I suppose, after I do these lights. I put in a stool, so you could like sit while you're painting. I don't know, something about having like an art corner just reminded me of, I don't know, just like soft vibes, I guess, and that was what was going on here. So I really liked having that little art corner. And again, I was also at the time thinking like, oh man, if I lived here, I'd love like a little painting corner, because I really like doing art, so that would be, oh man, this is honestly my dream apartment. But here we go with the bathroom. I'm putting in a toilet, shower. Honestly, honest to God, my dream apartment would probably have like a bathtub shower combination, because I really like taking baths sometimes. But this one has a shower, which is totally fine. And here I'm just putting a painting on the wall. I had to zoom up really close so that I could see the wall, since the bathroom's pretty tight of a space. I ended up going with like one of these black framed paintings, which just kind of brings the black into this bathroom. And connects it to the black tones that are in the kitchen, or like the black accents, I guess. And then I use a hanging plant in the corner here because I wanted to introduce some greenery in the bathroom. And now we're gonna move on to the dining space. I use this round table that looks like a flower. I thought it was really pretty. It's really cute. And then I put some chairs around it, as you do with the dining table. And then I'm looking for a carpet here. I ended up going with let's see, which one do I go with? I go with that one? Yes, I go with that one. And I put some tableware on top. I just thought, I don't know, it looked really nice and fancy, and it was just what I was going for. So I liked putting the place settings on top. Couldn't make like a mat work, like a place setting mat. It just like layered weird with the table setting. So they're just straight on the table, but still looks good to me, I think. And then I put a little cabinet in the corner here just to cover up that historical thing on the wall. I don't know, here's my thing about the game. Like, I understand why they add things like that, like, oh, like the historical thing on the wall that you can't move, or like you can't edit your apartments, and like, oh, this one has exposed piping and stuff. Like, I understand why they add it in, because it's supposed to add an element of realism in the game, but I think they're misunderstanding, I mean, at least for me, I don't speak on behalf of all Sims players, but at least for me, I think they're misunderstanding what it is that we like about this game. Again, at least for me, I don't play this game because I like challenges. I play this game because I like being creative, and I like a lot of things that, a lot of the freedoms that this game gives me. So when they introduce challenges like that, or they give us like worlds like Batu, or there's not even lots and all you can do is explore, like, it's just not it's not why I play this game. I play this game so I can control it, so I can create, so I can feel like a god, if I'm being kind of creepy there, but you know what I mean. Like, it's a creative game, and I don't feel like giving us more challenges and more limitations is beneficial to that. Anyway, that's just my thought. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But here I am just putting in just a little entrance area with like a cabinet and some shelving, trash can, just, you know, a place to put your keys down when you enter the room. And I really like those little pink slippers. I use them a lot. I think they're just adorable. And then over here I just put a mirror on the side so you can, I don't know, check your face before you leave. Oh, just kidding. I deleted that and I put in a shelf or a painting instead. Here I'm just trying to choose a carpet. Carpets usually take me a while to choose, but I ended up going with that one. And then over here I decorate with a piano. Because again, if this were my apartment, which I know this wasn't the build is not my dream apartment, but it would just kind of got tied in because I really like Studio Ghibli aesthetics, I guess. I would want a piano because I like music, so piano would be cool. And then here we are gonna move to the bedroom. So I put in a walk-in closet there on the side because at this point I was just like head over heels in love with this apartment. I was trying to make it as much for me as it could be, and I would love to have a walk-in closet, so I ended up putting that there. And then here I am just decorating the bed. Took me a while to figure out what mattress I wanted. I ended up going with this one with the plaid. It reminded me of a very specific scene in Spirited Away when she's waking up for the first time in the world, and like there's this shot of her in her sleeping bag and all the other girls in their sleeping bags. And it's just so beautiful, like the colors and the patterns of their sleeping bags. Like, oh man, I wish I could just, oh my god, I wish I could live in that world. It's so pretty, just all the aesthetics and stuff. Anyways, so that kind of, the plaid comforter on this bed kind of reminded me of that scene and the textures they had on their sleeping bags, so use that one. And here I am just putting in some gold paintings above the bed. Man, this does look kind of Wes Anderson-y. Okay, let me know, do you think this is more Studio Ghibli-y or Wes Anderson-y? If you guys are familiar with films from either of those two creators. I don't know, let me know. Maybe it's a mix. Maybe this is just this is like my personal aesthetic apartment, I would say. And my personal aesthetic is like a combination of those two things, so I think that's kind of what this is. But I put in a little desk area here. Just, you know, cluttering it up a little bit, making it look used. And then on the side here, I put in another painting because I always try to fill up my walls. Because I don't really like blank spaces. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I tend to try to fill up all my wall space. And here I am just, again, filling up my wall space. Putting in, you know, just decorations and a vent on the side there. Just for, you know, a touch of realism. These posters are from the, what is this set called? I'm pretty sure they're from Fairy Barn. I use these in my last build. but they're conversion posters from the game Life is Strange, which is a great game. I highly suggest playing it. And yeah, so those posters are a lifesaver because I always have clutter for them. And then I put that backpack by the door. And then back in this room, I use this little hallway space, just put in a dresser, just for some extra storage. I really like the look of this dresser. It looks kind of worn down, like it was painted and then the paint wore off. It's just really cool. It's a really cool effect. I like it a lot. And then, I don't know why I'm messing around with the lights so much here. I guess I had a lighting problem, but here I am putting in some boxes below for some storage. And then I put a painting on top. I just thought that was really pretty the way that looked. And then I put in some candles and just some stuff over here, as if, you know, this was my room and I put all my stuff over there. And then here we go to the walk-in closet. I kind of forgot that I didn't have like a lot of stuff for closets, so I had to go with these hanging shelves from the base game, and I don't love these shelves. I don't love the way they look or the colors. I might actually do a personal recolor of them, to be honest. But it works for the purposes of this build, I think. The colors go. And then I'm putting in a little painting over here, and then I end up putting a bench on the side, or like a chair, or a bench. I don't remember what I do. I never remember anything. Okay, let's see what I do. Yeah, I put this little like poofy, I put a couch. Okay, I put a couch there, and then I'm putting pillows on there. Just so, I don't know, I could sit down while I'm putting on my shoes. Or the Sims can. I don't know why I'm talking in first person now. The Sims could like sit down and put on their shoes while they're in their closet. Something like that. Anyways, that is the build. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and listening to me ramble. I'm kind of scatterbrained right now, but this was a really fun build to do, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Let me know what you think of it, what you think of the style, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.